don't come upstairs. I'm recording. Right. Now we're going to do it all again because it wasn't good enough the first time. But that's fine. Roll the intro. Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. I'm Real Crafty and today I have something that I have been thinking about for a long time. Long time. And I even spoke about it in my sort of update video not that long ago. So we're going to record this one and maybe a couple more, see how they go, see how they're taken, see if I enjoy it. And then, yeah, so let me explain a little bit about what I have in mind. I have been playing Minecraft for an awful long time. What year are we in now? 25. So I've been playing Minecraft for about 14 years. Wow. I even actually still have a copy of beta 1.5 on a disc that I was given for my birthday, like when I was 13 or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, I've been playing Minecraft for a long time. One thing that's remained consistent throughout my years and years of playing Minecraft is that I am, and probably will always be, a builder. I prefer building. I prefer not necessarily creative, although I do like creative, as I'm about to show you. But in general, like even when I've played on servers and on realms with friends, I'm usually the builder. I mean, I've played a lot by myself as well, so you know, I have to do all the other bits when I play by myself. I have to do all the mining and the resource gathering and the redstoning and the farming and the everything else. But yes, I'm the builder. I am 100% the builder. I've been thinking about this for a while. I want to do a building series. Now, as you will see in a minute, I actually it could be even 3 years ago now, me and one of my younger cousins started this world that I'm currently on, which funnily enough is called City 3.0. I might have a file for the first version of a city I tried building, like an official city. I definitely don't have the second anymore, but I could maybe dig out the first because it was on my Switch. So you know, maybe one day, if depending on how this series goes, I could, you know, bring that back. I could dig it out and show off. So yeah, about 3 years ago we started a different city, which I still have access to somewhere, and we got a little bit into that and I was like, you know what, we can do this better, let's put more thought into it. And then about 2 years ago we started building the city that I am currently on right now, that I am about to show off. And then now I've decided that I could think about it even harder and improve again. I want to be able to take inspiration from real life places. So like, as you're about to see on this map in a minute, I have built like a central park, almost like a large park in the centre of the city, which sort of the idea came from New York Central Park. Obviously is nothing like it, because I have never been, nor did I use reference, but that's something I want to try and do this time round. Yeah, I want to draw more inspiration from real life places, and you know, I've been watching YouTube a long time, so the likes of Corrales I have watched for a very long time. God, we're talking about a decade at this point. Again with Green, I've been watching Green for a really long time, and then obviously as time's gone on, that's morphed into people like Pearlescent Moon, B-Dubs, Mythical Sausage, Gemini Tier, like all great builders in Minecraft. So I want to be able to, you know, take inspiration from them and the techniques they use. And then I also live in quite a beautiful part of the UK, and I want to be able to take inspiration from real life places around about where I live as well. I live in Cumbria, which is like a district in the north of the UK, more specifically the Lake District. I don't know how many people watching this video, if there's any, that have been in the Lake District or live in the Lake District. So I want to be taking inspiration from real life places based off of, you know, where I live as well. The old style well, the only city in the Lakes District is actually Carlisle, but obviously there's loads of little towns and stuff, so I want to take inspiration from them kinds of places too, which hopefully I will explain in each video based on per build/building. So as I fly back to some main buildings, you will see this like sort of grid in the sky. That took a good few days in itself. So as we can see up here, there is a map of this city. Yeah, I have spent many hours. So yeah, so this is obviously a grid of just little maps. And so this is a 15 by 15 grid, I think, which I marked out the maps. This was just a plain map at the beginning, which I'll show you in the new world. This was a plain map that, again, just to get all the maps in the right places, and that I used a coloured grid in the sky. And then based off of a quick doodle that me and my cousin did, we sort of planned out these districts, which I ended up not sticking to because some of these buildings became a lot bigger. For example, this airport became a lot bigger than I had anticipated. I've got the zoo there, the train station and the mall. That one I'll explain. So yeah, so the grid was sort of there. As you can see, I've got the river, the beach. The river was sort of marked out, although I actually followed through with most of the river. Yeah, the river was marked out. You've got the red line, which was the railways and stuff. So I'm using this technique again in the new city. Just to keep the map clean, keep everything where it's meant to go, and not get lost. Also, I'm in Bedrock, and recently they updated it to have a few more presets for super flat, whereas when I started this one they didn't. So this one is only the three blocks deep. So I'm glad that we have other presets, because I have made the new map. One of the presets I think is like 50 blocks of stone, 2 blocks of dirt, and then a grass block layer. So I've been able to make a deeper ocean, and I'll hopefully be able to make deeper rivers and things like that. As you can see here, the river's not... Hello, did I not do this right? As you can see here, the river's not very deep because underneath you get bedrock. So hopefully I'll be able to make the rivers a lot deeper, the ocean's a lot deeper. I also tried to add varying heights, so obviously this cliff face. Again, I just want to be able to put more thought into the layout of the new city, but as you can see here, I've started sort of raising the ground ever so slightly, just to give the city more depth and more detail. Again, over here it's risen. So yeah, we have a few main builds. I'm not going to say buildings, I'm going to say builds. We have a few main builds in this world that I obviously will recreate over in the new world. So like main attractions, so like this zoo, again, I'm just going to put more planning, more thinking into it. I'm going to draw inspiration from real life. This zoo I started building years ago, but then for anybody who watches Hermitcraft, Good Times with Scar is building a zoo. So it's... Excuse me, how did you get out? What? That's not allowed. What I don't like about this zoo that I want to improve on, some biomes I've stuck to like how we find them naturally in the world now. Well, not that one. So this one looks a bit more to the natural biome of what we get now. This one over here is a bit more how we find it, and I want to upgrade that in a sense and make it look more like a place that the animals live in real life. So I have tried to do that a little bit, but not as much as I'd like. So it's just a matter of putting a bit more thought into how these builds go. As you can see here, we've got an airport and There's a security bit up there. Yeah, you've got your security bit up there. Over here, I tried to, again, trying to draw inspiration from real life places. We've got all this. Got some airplanes. These airplanes I didn't design myself. I got a tutorial off of YouTube, and so again, I want to take inspiration from real life people, real life builders, and then obviously credit them as well, because I can't credit them because unfortunately I don't know which video I took this tutorial from. I also don't know when I rebuild this if I want to do real places like I have here, or to do made up places that are heavily inspired by real places. So like instead of a McDonald's, like a Mindonald's. I don't know, is that something that's funny? Mindonald's? I don't know. It's things that when we get to it, I will ask for inspiration in the comments and stuff. For suggestions, inspiration. Again, everything, I want everything to be credited. I am repeating myself a lot. I also want to bring a lot of life to this new city by having scenarios like this where, you know, they're still building this building, or over here I have like a firehouse building that's got fire trucks. This this was inspired by, at the time I was watching a show. Which one was I watching? It was either 911 or Station 19 or Chicago Fire. Could have been Station 19 I was watching when I built this one. So, but then I could also have, I don't know, a building quite far away, not right beside it obviously, but like using glass and things and make the building look like it's on fire, and then have a truck outside that's using blue glass to water it down and stuff like that. I wanna build a bigger city with more life. Look, another real life place like here. We could do block here, something. Just you know, based off of real life. I want it to feel like a modern city mixed with a bit of old country. Right out here we've got a mall. Well, we would call it a shopping centre in the UK, but you know, most people know it as a mall. Again, real life places, but I don't know if I want to keep that or change that. Also, as of recording this, they have literally just announced like 2 days ago the new shelf block that they're going to be adding. That's going to make building shops like these so much easier and so much better looking. So yeah, we've got a train station. Each platform actually, again, I'll re-explain a lot of this when it comes to building that specific building in the new world. Each platform has like a main part of the city that it teleports you to. So I want it to be able to use this world for non-creatives, like if somebody was doing like a role play or something where they needed a city, or somebody just wanted to... Where's all my paintings gone? Why have all my paintings gone? Huh. So if somebody was doing like a role play or something and they needed a city setting, or somebody just wanted to play, each platform has a build sort of, a main area sort to teleport to. Airport, right, boop. There we go. Another thing I forgot to mention about the airport, I wanted this to be like a main hub of getting around. So a bit like the train station, but take pieces of maps. So you're like, oh, I want to go over here. You look for the bit of map that correlates and then you press it. And then finally, another main build is this one here. So anyone who knows me in real life knows I'm a huge fan of Disney and visiting Disneyland Paris. I've been to 3 times now. I am ever so grateful and lucky that I have been able to do this. And so I wanted to build my own Disney themed, Disney inspired, not Disney themed, theme park, a bit like Skyward Skyland again. His was much better than mine. I built this before he built the castle, and then I was like, yeah, no, he's just put me to shame. However, there is a working fireworks display in there. Wait, how? Ugh. Oh, this could be so much better. Hello down there. Hello. Okay, back to where I was, which is down here. And then I also tried my handiwork at redstone. Let's hope this works. Did it work? Yeah! I mean, well, they didn't go very high, but they worked. There we go, see? Again, all room for improvement in the end. Again, different themed areas. Obviously some aren't built yet, some are finished. This one is technically finished, but again, if I was to rebuild, I'd just make it bigger, more spacious, more thought out. This actually has a working roller coaster in it, and the idea was to have each section of the park have a working roller coaster in them. So this leads to a working roller coaster, which I will hopefully show you a video of right now. And then finally we have what I would call the developer's house. The word has just totally escaped my brain. Do you know what we'll call it? The developer's house. At the time that I built this is probably my dream house, but not so much anymore. I have a slightly different taste. But anyway, so this was my house, obviously all decorated, but then you've got a quick teleportation bit for the three, and then if you go in the basement, we've got some of the blocks that only I'm supposed to be able to use. Well, okay, but yeah, we've got the light blocks, not that one, the light blocks. There's one there. What's this one? Oh, this one's the barrier block. Doesn't look like something's here, but there is. So yeah, this is supposed to be like a me only sort of area. It got a tick list of like building ideas that I got my friends, and then I ticked them off when they were complete. So that one's complete. I tried to make a list of buildings and things that I thought were necessary, that there should be at least one of in a city. And then finally, a lot of these buttons are decorative, but there is one which takes me to, there we go, to a hidden area that again only I should really be accessing. Bedrock have these amazing blocks called structure blocks where you can save a structure and basically copy and paste it. So there's some like generic buildings that I thought I could copy and paste a couple times, but then obviously when you've got quite a lot of buildings, it's going to be easy to forget their names. So I built this area to sort of just like as a labeling system for what the structure is saved as in the structure block. And then also have all my banners that I've made here, just to make it easier rather than having to, I don't know what's happened to that, just to make it easier to copy them. Rather than having to remake them all the time, I've got them here. Hey, look at my little stockings. Trees, again, as you saw near my house, there was a full forest. There is 4 different trees, and then a couple, just so that it doesn't look repetitive, a couple that are handmade again, just so that different shapes and stuff. There was a leaning tree, so yeah. So here is what I mean about it wanting to be a bit more thought out. I am reserving this book just for planning just for the planning of the city. I don't know if I still have the, oh my goodness, I do. So this is the image that me and my cousin first came up with for the last city. As you can see, we stayed pretty true to some of the main bits, so like the park in the middle, the airport's over here, the zoo, train station, and then the railway that goes around theme park. This obviously ended up being a beach, and then the river is pretty much in the same place as well, actually. So that is what I'm trying to do here. Yeah, there we go. So I actually asked ChatGPT for a name, just so I didn't have to come up with a name, because the last city was called Oni, which at the time was because I googled names that meant new beginning, I think. So this time I asked ChatGPT for a name of a fictional city that, and these were the 3 options. I think I like Aurovale, but then my sister, I don't know what's happened to. My sister liked Novaterra, or the other way around. I kind of like Neo Vista too. These are the 3 that they gave me, and I really like all of them. So, you know, put in the comments below which one you think is good. I don't know what happened here. I don't recall spelling anything on this book. Either way, so I asked ChatGPT for like a rough map, and to be fair, the one ChatGPT gave me was a lot more square than this. But I didn't like this one because I had the river going right through the middle, and I just felt like there was no good compositional space for a lake. So we tried again, and this is the one I actually have now planned out in the real world, in the world. And then, as you can see, sort of the sea area. This is the cliff, mountains. So yeah, this is what that is. And then over here, I've made admin. That's the word. Is that what I said before? Was it admin that I said before? Oh no, I said developer before. It was admin. Anyway, so these are like the main landmarks of the map. So I'll probably have the airport could be down here, to be fair. The airport could be anywhere, to be fair, but I want the train station to be somewhere quite far away from the sea, because then obviously you need the railways in place, and then I want them to be able to go off map as well. The central park I kind of want in a nice central area, and then like a mayoral building or something, like a town hall. And then I've got some main attractions that I want to add in. These 2 could be considered one or separate. I don't know yet. We'll see how big things start to be. And then I've got like a few main buildings that I want to add in. But yeah, that's all we've got for now. But this book is going to be dedicated to the city and planning it out and where to take inspiration from and stuff. And it also so far has become quite good in planning out episodes as well, because I used it to plan out this exact episode that you're watching. This is the part of the video we are currently in. Back to Minecraft though. So this is the new city. As you could see, like the other world, we have the grid system. I've also marked out, based off of what's in the book, whereabouts I want the river and the thickness, and it gets wider as it gets to the ocean. Just like real life. I have that lake right there is huge. It's gonna be huge. I have actually started building the beach, which this may not look a lot, but it is. All of this sand is 2 layers placed by hand because sand falls, and is a lot bigger than it looks on the maps. So yeah, I have already started development again with this. I have using the structure blocks. Hello me, it's me. I'm here to play Minecraft. No, I'm joking. So basically, yeah, what I was trying to explain about the sea. Also, can you see how this is deeper than already than what the other world was? So yeah, basically I have a preset, and I want to make it so that you cannot see land at all from the when you were stood on the beach. But then obviously, as I start to build maybe a few boats and things like that, again, you're going to get closer to this mark. So eventually, I want to do the sea quite far away from the mainland. And then, as you can see here, I've just loaded this. It is going to replace all of that with water. And then, yeah, I've just been doing that loads of times. I'm not explaining myself very good, but at this point, the video is that long that I don't think people are really going to care. Just, yeah, this is how I've been making a very big ocean. I would quickly like to add in here that the biggest size that you can do for the structure blocks is 64 by 64. So it's kind of a slow process in that sense as well, because you can literally only do 64 by 64 blocks at a time. Later, I will decorate it with foliage and maybe a shipwreck or two. You know, odds and sorts like that. Odds and sorts. This block is a miracle. It's godsend. Absolute miracle. Look at this block. Taste this block. Smell this block. That was weird. Don't do that again. Yeah, that I'm just gonna that was the weirdest looking. Why is it looking like that? Why? Do you know what? This video is getting too long, and apparently I am losing my marbles. So we are going to end the video here. I'm thinking that the first video is going to be in this sort of area. I want to try and get a basic layout of the land. Like, I have obviously marked out where lakes and rivers are gonna go, but also in pre-development I just want to sort of shift the heights a little bit of the area. So maybe this part here will be a tiny bit taller, and then back here will be even more taller, and then over here, according to the drawings, there's some like a mountainous area, so this one's obviously going to be even higher, and then over here again as well. So I want to try and sort of shift different heights of the world before I get too into building, because it obviously, as you saw in the last city, it got a little bit complicated with keeping track of which was which height. And then also, as I'm building, I can sort of lean into the fact that in real life, sometimes places get built based off of the shape of the land, rather than us reshaping the land to then build the exact thing that we want. And I want to keep that essence of realism in this build if I can. I'm going to end it there before I yabber too much. I have already been recording for 32 minutes, and that's not even with filming all of it, that's just filming the Minecraft portion. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know if this is something we think that we can enjoy, want to build along with me, you know. I want this to be like a let's build as opposed to tutorials. But yes, thank you guys for watching. If you made it all the way through the video, type Minecraft in the comments. No, don't type Minecraft in the comments, that's lame. Type Crafty hates cheese in the comments. Yeah, that's fun, right? Right? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Yum, yum. Apple Lucozade. It's no appetizer, but it's a close second.